morning, viewers. We have Miss Susan B. Anthony here with us, and I'm going to ask a few questions about her. While I fully appreciate what you have to say here, Miss, do you realize that you, as you are indeed a woman, will face another body of criticism when this interview is broadcasted? So I am here yet again, talking before a group of men who would doubt me, or neglect me even, but I have to say what I have to say and do what I have to do. My father taught me this. He always encouraged me to stand up for what is right, but not being taken into action. He was the one to speak up for what he believed in also. I grew up in the hands of an abolitionist. I never actually understood why he insisted on speaking up for something he would be punished by the majority. But now, I fully understand his motive wholeheartedly. The want to change something and the necessity to make people aware of this issue combine to form a want to take action on your own. So why exactly are you here? As I have previously stated, to take advantage of this opportunity, I would like to express concern for the current matter of the apparent major difference in sexes. I personally believe that we deserve the same treatment as those men. Just because we happen to be born female, we should not be one step behind the people that just happen to be born male. We all must have equal rights, no less or no more than anybody else. That does not just address the white men and women, but also African Americans. They should not be mistreated just because their skin is darker than ours. What difference does that make? Do you have any suggestions for the society? The problem with the current society is that there are orders in it. If everyone had the same rights, the idea of women having a say in who leads the country is not as outrageous as it seems. I must say she is part of the country. Also, our skills are just as useful as men's, and how come we're paid less than the males? A woman is born female, but she has a brain and a heart that allow for her to think and feel. Give them a chance to train for these organs. She would start contributing to decisions. Education, suffrage, equality for women. Is that too much to ask? What would those rights do? To fully involve the women as a part of the community, I would imagine those three are the most fundamental things that we could have. If we're provided with equality, I would think there will be any difference, thus any discrimination existing between men and women. Education will allow women to think for themselves, immerse in the knowledge, so we do not have to be one step behind men, and work at the same level. Also, since the representatives are only representing half of the population, it is not entirely fair. If women could participate in voting procedures, it would be a fair and just election. It's not an innate philosophy. What triggers such motive? When I was living in New York, I had a teacher who refused to teach me and provide time to share his knowledge. Because I was a girl. Just because I was a girl. From that point, it really had me thinking as to whether we should be treated in such way, depending on our gender. Thank you, Miss Susan B. Anthony.